Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. So, the topic that was given to me is all about the text structure and comprehension, which is the lesson 16. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am Nornissa Abdullah, first year. Today, we will know or I will be explaining the text structure and comprehension. But before that, let's have to know the learning outcome first. At the end of the lesson, the student can demonstrate methods of teaching reading comprehension of narrative and expository text. Next is discuss graphic organizer associated with narrative and expository text structure and use graphic organizer to help students grasp narrative and expository text and develop comprehension. Now let's proceed to overview. So in this lesson, we'll learn simple and effective ways to help students understand what they read. Whether it's a story or an informative article, we'll focus on the key ideas that help people make sense of reading and enjoy learning. The goal is to make the classroom a safe and friendly place. We'll also learn how to use graphic organizers like charts, diagram, and mind maps to help students see how a text is put together. So these tools can make reading easier to understand and support a calm, focused learning space. Now let's move on to reading comprehension, narrative text. So meaning to say, a narrative text is a kind of reading materials that tells a story. It can be about real events or make-believe like fiction. Another is, it's like the story we hear at home from our parents, grandparents, or siblings. That's why students are usually familiarized with it and can understand it more easily than texts that just give information like expository text. Meaning to say, the structure of narrative text follows the order in which events happen over time, from beginning to middle to end. It tells a story step by step, usually starting with an introduction, let's say setting and characters, followed by a series of events like conflict and rising action, and ending with a resolution or conclusion. So, when we say it's structured in chronological order, it means that story is told in the same order that the events actually occurred. So now we have here a narrative story map. So we are using this narrative story map to see how the story is structured or what is the main point of that story. So we are using this analysis to see or to point out how the story portrayed. Now let's move on to characters. So in characters, meaning to say, are the people or animals in the story. Usually there is one main character who is the most important. This character does most of the action and tries to solve a problem or reach a good goal. Other characters are also important because they help the main characters with the problem or goal. Next is setting, meaning to say where and when the story happened. The place could be a school, church, farm, home, or any location. The story might happen in the past, present, or future. Knowing the time and place of the story help us better understand what's going on. It's an important part of reading comprehension. Next is events. Events are the important things that happen in the story. They show what the characters do and how the story moves forward. So these are the main action from the beginning, middle, and end of the story. Next is the problem or goal. So meaning to say, the main reason why the story is being told, it shows what the main character is trying to do. Sometimes the character is trying to solve a problem, like fixing something that broke, or others Other times, the character is trying to reach a goal, like finishing a task or winning something. So this part is very important because it drives the story forward. Another is the solution. The solution is how the problem was fixed or how the goal was reached. It shows what the main character did to succeed or solve the problem. Next is theme or moral. So the theme or moral is the lesson we can learn from the story. It's what the story reaches us about life or how to act. Next is reading comprehension expository text. So meaning to say, expository text is informational text. It explains facts and ideas to inform, persuade, or explain something. This type of text don't tell a story and are often not as familiar to most students. That's why students will need to practice and get used to understand them. In addition to the strategies we use for any types of text, there are special strategies that work well for understanding expository text. So I think that's all in my part. Thank you for listening. I hope you all understand this. Thank you.